Hello, everybody. My name is Puppeteen from I Love Puppets, here today on I Love Puppets today for Classic Puppet Theater. Yes, it is that time once again. And what will we be reading today? Well, that is a good question. I'm so glad you asked, and I do, in fact, have an answer for you. But first, before we get to that, we should introduce the stars of the show, other than myself. First, as always, sitting in the darkness, that loyal amphibian you all know and love, Froggy!
How's it going? I got orange juice.
Yeah. Well, it's very good.
Aren't you glad to see me?
Oh, no.
That joke had some pulp to it.
And a bit of appeal.
Okay, you saved it. You saved it, and the person saving it, of course, is the lovely and she's one of the best viewers a puppet could ask for, Maranya.
Good evening, everyone.
And of course, straight from the Bad Batch, we have the man himself, Excelsior.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How's it going? I'm caffeinated. I'm ready to have some fun, some traumatized comic reading.
Comicized.
I like that. Coining new terms. Anyway, I think before we get started, we might as well explain. We are going to be rereading. Yes, it is a reread for most of us here. Amazing Spider-Man 1. The very first issue. We did that on I Love Comics. But we're doing it again because we're going to go over some Spider-Man. Next week we have issue 2 releasing as a video. Yes, I know, but it will be broadcast and premiering. So we will be in the chat and experiencing it with you like it's the first time. I know Froggy had a little
first time.
This is not the first appearance of Spider-Man, but it is the first appearance of him in his own magazine.
Yes, indeed. That is what makes this so very special.
Yeah, it's also the first appearance of my orange juice.
Yes.
And of course, that is true. One of the viewers that we have watching today is Tillium, and he is surprised that Maranya is here. Yes, she is saving us from ourselves because you should listen to us trying to do female voices.
No, you shouldn't. No one should have to listen to that.
Just wait until they see Star Wars, Zach. Just wait until they see Star Wars.
Yeah. Those love scenes are going to be awkward.
You know, the real reason she's here is because we need an adult.
That's true. That's true. And not adult.
Yeah, and I will pull over this stream if you guys get too rowdy.
Oh, I didn't know you were driving. Then I'll continue drinking.
Yes, I am driving, so you get to have your orange juice. Not with vodka, Froggy. You're too young.
Too right.
Is he too young? What is he in frog years?
He's not a tadpole, so
yeah.
No.
I would think he'd be.
I'm actually part of one of the higher evolutionary.
Okay.
Anyway, I think that's a good time to go ahead and get this book up and showing.
Let's get jiggy with it.
And in this, it's 2 stories, 2 great feature-length Spider-Man thrillers. Let me try to... 2 great feature-length Spider-Man thrillers.
Oh, you're gonna... All right, so who's doing the narrating then?
I'm doing the narrating after
Maranya's going to. I'm just giving it my best, worst Stan Lee impression intro.
This part he can do the Stan Lee.
He's the best thing I've ever seen.
I'll do the rest.
Excelsior.
You sound like Hulk
Excelsior.
Hogan. Like if Hulk Hogan was trying to be Stan Lee.
Oh yeah, I'm the Stan Lee brother.
Oh, we're off to a great start. Yes.
We never finished from last time. The party keeps hopping.
That's fair. So for this first story, we're going to have Zach as the man himself. So go ahead and read off the line, Zach.
The Fantastic Four think I'm trapped, but they don't suspect my real power.
The power of cleanliness. Every virgin boy.
And this cover is just
call out Peter Parker like that.
This is actually one of the first comics I ever owned. It was a milestone edition. So
I gotta say, the uncanny to Eric Breen, it's just crazy. He is a thing. Now you get the picture of Breen in his underwear. You're welcome.
I don't want to see that.
no, nobody wants to see that. No,
Nope.
Froggy likes to curse us. Anyway, look, I'm going to let Maranya take over, hand it over to her, and let the show begin.
Note: Spider-Man first appeared as a feature in Amazing Fantasy number 15, August. So great was your response via letters and postcards that it was decided to give him his own magazine. A brief summary follows. Sure, you've read many stories about many different magazine heroes, but there's never been a story like this one because there's never been a hero like Spider-Man.
Spider-Man,
And
New Jersey.
We can see in this first page where they're calling him Freak, Public Menace, and there's
Look at his face, though.
Mr.
Look at that early Ditko face. Look how long it is.
Like a lot of them are all these people look old.
Well, they are old now.
Yeah, but they really look old.
The script by Stan Lee, art by Steve Ditko, and lettering by John D.
Johnny D.
The next page.
Well, he looks angry.
Our scene is the bedroom of Peter Parker. Remember that name. The teenage student who many consider to be a shy bookworm. But oh, if they only knew.
Uncle Ben is dead! All because it was too late to save him. My Spider-Man costume. I wish there were no such thing. It all started when I was bitten by a radioactive spider, and I found myself possessed of a spider's powers. So I designed a costume to go into show business and cash in. Ouch! But while I was busy showing off, an armed burglar fired a one fatal shot at Uncle Ben when he was surprised robbing our house. As soon as I learned what had happened, I sped through the city via my spider's web, lusting for revenge. He won't escape, Spider-Man! No hyphen. I soon caught the killer and turned him over to the police. Got you!
All right. You ain't human.
And now Uncle Ben is gone, and Aunt May and I are alone. And what's worse, without Uncle Ben, we've no money. We've no money to pay our bills.
Wow, they only use it for cash. Wow.
Please give me a little more time. I'll pay the rent next week if you'll only wait.
Our landlord is Mr. Peanut.
And so,
Aunt May, there's only one thing to do. I've got to quit school and get a job.
no, Peter, you mustn't. Your uncle always dreamed of you being a scientist someday. You must continue your studies.
But I've got to help Aunt May somehow. Wait, with my powers as Spider-Man, I can do anything. I can go anywhere. Nothing can stop me. Any amount of money could be mine, just for the taking.
I just want to point over quickly. There's a dozen freaking superheroes in New York.
Yeah, it's not the best place to rob a bank.
Go to California. There's no one there.
But no, what am I thinking of? I'm no criminal. I'm not a thief. Besides, if I were ever arrested and imprisoned, it would break Aunt May's heart. No, there's only one other way. I've got to perform again. I've got to bring my Spider-Man act before the public once more. I'll call a booking agent tonight.
A few days later, at school...
I guess that's me. I
That's
do all
you.
the voice. I do all the voices except for the women.
Yeah, all the background, yeah.
All right. Hey, gang! Spider-Man's gonna put on a show at the town hall tonight.
And the admission is only $1.
Let's all go.
Count me out, kids. I can't make it.
We might have known he'd rather study.
Who needs a walking bookworm anyway?
It'll be more fun without him.
Yeah, me and two girls.
Oh no.
That night, as the audience is amazed by Spider-Man's prowess, none suspect the real reason that Peter Parker, again, remember that name, couldn't be in the audience.
I couldn't very well be doing this act and sitting in the audience also.
That is creepy, a looking monster of human heads merged together.
Yeah,
It's a wall of faces.
Finally, after the show,
it's time to pay you, Spider-Man, but I can't give you cash. I got to give you a check, so there's a record for Texas. What name should I write the check out to?
Name? I can't tell you my real name. No one must know my identity. Just make the check out to Spider-Man.
Okay, you're the boss, but you're going to have a mighty time cashing it.
A tough time cashing it, eh? Well, we'll just see about that. I'd like to cash this check.
I'll have to see I'll have to see some identification.
What about my costume?
Don't be silly. Anyone can wear a costume. You have to have a social security card or driver's license in the name of Spider-Man.
No, I don't.
Idiot, get out.
But as Spider-Man finds that he cannot cash his desperately needed check, just across town, a man in a typewriter is making still more trouble for him.
When I'm through with this article, Spider-Man will be run out of town.
And the next night...
Might as well go on back where you came from, Spider-Man. There'll be no show tonight or anything tonight.
What? Why? What happened?
This happened. Look at this editorial. The paper has everyone so steamed up, they'll probably toss you in jail if you show your face.
But why? What have they got against me? What have I done?
But, not satisfied with merely writing editorials, J. Jonah Jameson, publisher of the powerful Daily Bugle, delivers lectures all over town.
We cannot allow that masked menace to take the law into his own hands. He's a bad influence on our youngsters.
I call BS.
I do too. Children may try to imitate his fantastic feats. Think what would happen if they make a hero out of this lawless, inhuman monster. We must not permit it.
Come on, Johnny. Let's go jump up a building and be like Spider-Man.
I say that Spider-Man must be outlawed. There is no place for such a dangerous creature in our fair city. The youth of this nation must learn to respect real heroes. Men such as my son, John Jameson, the test pilot. You might know it. Not selfish freaks such as Spider-Man, a masked menace who refuses to even let us know his true identity.
I don't get it. How do other superhuman guys like the Fantastic Four and the Ant-Man get away with it? Nobody bothers them. They always seem to make enough dough.
But I don't even believe there is a Spider-Man. It's a publicity stunt.
Well, if I can't make a living as Spider-Man, the only other thing to do is find a part-time job. I'll take a look through the want ads.
But again, Peter Parker meets with frustration.
Sorry, Sonny. I ain't looking for no shoe kid. Job advertising for a man.
But...
Extra! John Jameson about to orbit Earth in a rocket.
Say, that looks like... It is! It's Aunt May! I wonder where she's going.
The rob a bank.
Oh, no. She's pawning her jewelry. She must be desperate for money, but she doesn't want me to know. She doesn't want to worry me. For me. She's doing it all for me, and there's no way I can repay her. No way I can help her. I can't even find a job.
Extra! Peter Parker's a loser. Worries too much. Extra! John Jameson, son of the publisher of Daily Bugle, about to orbit Earth. Extra!
It's all his fault. Because of that mustached buffoon, I can't perform in public as the Spider-Man. But I can't give up. I've got to earn some money somehow. I can't let Aunt May down. even if it means the Spider-Man will again stalk the city by night.
I am Batman. Like, I'm Spider-Man.
Spider-Man Part 2. Next day, having nothing better to do, Peter Parker, again, remember this name, finds himself among the spectators anxiously awaiting the orbit flight of John Jameson.
It sure must take a lot of courage to go up one of those babies. I bet even Spider-Man would think twice before volunteering for this ride, huh?
I suppose so.
15 minutes to blast off. All unauthorized personnel clear the field.
This is it, John. Make your country proud of you, son. As proud as I, your father, am today.
I'll do my best, Dad. I promise.
Son, you should not have taken up smoking like me.
Good luck to you, boy.
I'll be the first marble old man on the moon. Good luck to you, boy.
Minutes later, the capsule with John Jameson inside is set in orbit by a perfect launch. But then, disaster strikes. A small section of the forward guidance package breaks loose from the capsule and falls into space. Without this essential guidance unit, the capsule goes into an erratic orbit, completely out of control.
Something's wrong. I can't control her. The flashing red light, it can mean only one thing. I've lost the heart of the guidance device. There is no way to direct the capsule now.
Meanwhile, miles away.
What is it? What went wrong? The capsule is out of control, sir. Component 2330B has broken loose. Condition red.
You want me to take this next line?
You want to do two grumpy old guys
Sure.
at the same time? Go ahead.
No, you take the next one. I'll take the guy in glasses.
Oh, okay. What's that? Permission? Without permission, part he'll have continue to go into lower and lower orbit until he crashes to Earth.
Gentlemen, we haven't much time. We must find some way to save John Jameson's life, even though the capsule is doomed.
Acting with desperate speed, the space technicians attempt to drop a steel net to catch the capsule, but with no success.
Still, they would fly with the... Oh, my God.
Who's saying this?
A complete mess. We gotta find a better way.
There's gotta be a better way.
While unsuspected by all, a better way does exist in the form of Peter Parker, who has observed the entire dramatic event.
There's only one person who can save John Jameson,
He-Man.
and that is Spider-Man.
Oh,
Again, with no hyphen.
I screwed.
Showing his belly button.
I know.
Oh.
I got to reach the mission control center the fastest way. The way that only Spider-Man can take. Whip. Made it. And now...
We have a spare 2430B guidance unit, but there's no way to get him to Jameson in time.
You're wrong. There is a way.
Spider-Man.
Let me have the missing unit. I'll get it to the capsule somehow.
Very well. We have nothing to lose. There is no way we can do it.
Spider-Man? Bah! He's just a publicity-seeking phony. He's trying to grab a headline. What can he do?
Instead of flapping your lips, mister, just watch and see what I can do.
Wait!
The capsule's getting lower every second. I've got to reach a jet fast.
Arriving in a nearby field, Spider-Man's amazing web shoots out, engulfing the guard's gun hand before the sentry can fire.
Halt! Identify yourself!
No time for that now.
Oh, God, what is this? It's all sticky.
Within seconds, the mighty costume figure has commandeered a plane and a pilot as they take to the air.
I'll probably be grounded forever for doing this, Spider-Man, but I got a hunch that if anyone can save that poor Joker, you're the guy. Or
That's
Batman.
right. Your mom will be very upset.
Well, I mean, what is that noise? Somebody
don't
washing
know.
their hands?
I think it's the airplane.
Oh, okay. So,
Ah.
I just want to point out, who cares about the Joker? Here comes the capsule now, but we could never catch it.
We don't have to catch it.
Wait, what are you gonna do?
I've got to hitch a ride on that thing as it passes by. This will be my first and last chance. If it doesn't work, look out below. Here goes. Twing. I hit it. Wow! Mustn't let go.
I just want him to say, like, this was a bad idea.
I've got to pull myself up. Fighting against all this wind resistance. Even my strength can just barely do it. There, I reached it. But now, the capsule is losing altitude dangerously. Can I attach the missing unit in time?
Spider-Man Part 3.
What a lucky break. It fit in place as smooth as silk.
And within the capsule,
Capsule under manual control again. Willie Jack to shoot and land immediately.
Ah, he's safe. I did it. Achievement.
Spider-Man succeeded. The capsule is about to land.
My boy, he's safe.
Ah, this is as good a time as any for me to get off. I'll bet I'm the only living person. Shut up, Froggy. I bet I'm the only living person who ever had a ride like that before.
You do what you gotta do, but don't do it on camera.
Josh.
Twice in the same bubble.
That's what she said.
I better make myself scarce now. I'd just be embarrassed if everyone wants to congratulate me and make a big fuss about what I've done. Anyway.
Sorry.
Anyway, from now on, I guess I shouldn't have any trouble about performing in public. Peter, what are you doing? I'll bet even
he's
Mr.
wearing tights.
Yeah,
The next line is killing me too. Go ahead.
I'll bet even Mr. Jameson himself would hire me.
Oh, geez.
But when he reads the next edition of the newspaper, Peter Parker is astounded to see.
Oh no! It can't be! It isn't possible! Why? Why?
And on the Daily Bugle, this newspaper demands that Spider-Man be arrested and prosecuted. Editorial by J. Jonah Jameson.
And if you got this paper for 5 cents, you got screwed.
It was all a plot by Spider-Man to steal the spotlight from my son. I accuse Spider-Man himself of sabotaging the capsule so that the guidance unit would fall off. Spider-Man unlawfully broke into the military base and commandeered a plane by force. Then, by means of a grandstand play, he tried to make a hero of himself, but he caused an important missile test to fail and set our space program back by many weeks. I repeat, Spider-Man is a menace to America.
Unfortunately, if something is shouted loud enough, there are always those who will believe it.
Man, now they fear me more than ever.
Spider-Man ought to be run out of this country. And how?
And finally, under pressure, the angry newspaperman's continual barrage. Wanted. Caution, he is dangerous. Report him to the nearest FBI office. Spider-Man. Reward for his capture.
Wow, that's why the first time I heard of FBI mentioned the comic book.
Oh dear. I certainly hope they find that horrible Spider-Man and lock him up before he can do any harm.
What do I do now? How can I prove I'm not dangerous? How can I convince people that I wasn't responsible for the failure of that capsule? Everything I do as Spider-Man seems to turn out wrong. What good is my fantastic power if I cannot use it? Or must I be forced to become what they accuse me of being? Must I really become a menace? Must my name become Dennis? The Menace? Perhaps that's the only course left for me.
Am I continue reading this forever?
Yeah. And so a lonely boy sits and broods with the fate of society at stake. What will his decision be? What will Spider-Man do next? Only time will tell. The end.
Or Aunt May's cameras inside the house.
Oh, wow. Okay, we're going to take a moment there and take a little break just to catch up on some comments. And, well, that story, reading it again, is always a pleasure, even though it's to Spider-Man's displeasure. Well, not if you ask Froggy, but that's another subject.
I mean, Jameson gave him a job because he does great public service.
Oh, gosh. We have a Dominic Powell in the audience. Hello to you, Dominic.
Dominic!
Killiam is saying, J. Jonah Jameson, canceling Spider-Man as the menace of society since Stan Lee started Marvel.
This is true.
And Zombo said, remember that name. Yes, you will want to remember that name. All right, we're going to switch things up a little now. Zach, you will be taking Froggy's previous role, which was the background characters.
Oh, the antagonist, yeah.
And Froggy will now be Peter Parker. Or, well, Spider-Man at least.
I'm Spider-Man!
And I will be reprising my role as Chameleon. Okay. And Hal. And Maranya is keeping the same narrators and all the women. So you will be Sue Storm. Does anybody? Okay.
I'm the Thing.
Oh,
You're the
thing? Okay, I guess I'll be Johnny Storm then.
Well, you have the high.
You're good, Johnny.
You have the high voice, bro.
I guess that makes me Reed Richards.
Yes.
Yes.
Leader of the Fantastic Four. All right.
We're the Fantastic Four.
Here comes the four. Dun, 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 dun.
Man.
The
Four.
Fantastic Four. Dun, 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 dun. We're not going to go to it.
No. Let's cut it right there.
Okay.
Yes.
It's a clobbering time.
Okay.
Act 2. Spider-Man versus the Chameleon.
Chameleon.
Comic Chameleon. How can you defeat a man who can change his identity before you can catch him? Perhaps you don't know the answer, but the Spider-Man was determined to find out, no matter what the cost. Extra bonus extra! In this same amazing tale, you will meet America's most famous, most colorful group of super adventurers, the Fantastic Four. First cross promotion.
Script by Stan Lee, art by Steve Ditko, and lettering by John Duffy.
Or is it Dufay?
Duffy.
Or is it Doofy?
It could be that. It could be that.
Right on the set.
We know him as Peter Palmer, but the
What?
world... That's what it says!
Don't remember that name.
I am not misreading it. That is
Yeah.
what it says.
Palmer.
We know him as Peter Palmer, but the world knows him only as Spider-Man.
Say, why don't I think of it before? There's a way I can make some money by joining the Fantastic Four. They'll probably jump up at the chance to give a teenager with superpowers working with them, and I'll be a natural. Here's their private elevator, and the blaming thing isn't working. Uh-oh, I forgot it can only be operated by one of the four using a special electronic beam. Duh. Well, that won't stop Spider-Man. Forcing a couple of locked doors open is here's child's play for. Heck, I didn't even figure the elevator would be above me. No room for me to climb past it.
Minutes later, Peter Palmer reaches the roof of an adjoining building. I know I am not misreading.
Yes, we know that for sure.
Well, there's more than one way to skin a cat. I should have thought of that right away, this way. They'll probably be twice as impressed when they see how easy I can get into their private skyscraper headquarters. Here goes nothing.
Meanwhile, down below...
It's the Spider-Man! What a bonus I'll get for this shot! He's headed for the Fantastic Four's headquarters! He balances himself on that strand of web like a human spider!
At that moment, an alarm rings in the ready room of the Fantastic Four.
The alarm. Someone is trying to sneak in.
He must be some kind of nut to think he could take us by surprise.
Here's his picture on our view plate. It's Spider-Man.
Why didn't he phone an appointment like anyone else?
Because he's a teenage cornball show-off, just like the Torch.
Excuse you.
How obliging of them to leave a window open for me. This is the breeze.
Activate defense measure B, just to be safe.
Greetings, Goop. You shouldn't make it so easy for people to jump in on you. Got news for you, loudmouth. It ain't that easy. What? Plexiglass cage dropped from the ceiling? This gizmo may keep out the riffraff gruesome, but it's no joke to me.
That device costs us thousands. If you wreck it.
Don't worry, rubber face. This swart's gonna be taught some manners right now. Ow! You big ape! What do you think you're pushing around? As the screen stops moving. Did you forget you're messing with a guy who has the proportional strength of a spider? For crying out loud, that's what I get for pulling my punch a cut of his size.
Now hold it, son. We don't want to fight with any strangers. At least not till we know what we're fighting about.
Who's fighting? Just consider this a little expedition.
He caught my hand in that net of his. He certainly does live up to his name.
While invisible, I might be able to get this rope over our impetuous young friend.
My spider instinct senses danger. Behind me. Have to move fast. Hey, who tossed the rope? Don't see anyone. Wait, it must be an invisible girl. Well, just give her a whirl for her money.
Whee!
That's it, you animated insect. Fun's over. I'll settle you now. Flame on!
Achievement unlocked. Zach is flamed on.
Zach is a flamer. Confirmed.
He's got me in a circle of flame. Well, I'll just jump over that clown's little trap and keep out of reach until the flame dies down. Then it'll be my turn.
Hey! Stay still! Darn it!
Okay, that's it. No more fun and games, fella. Someone might get hurt. Now, suppose you tell us what you're here for.
Get out of the way, Killjoy. Give me another crack at him. It's about time someone asked me. I came up here to join up with you. I want to be a member of the Fantastic Four, so I thought I'd give you a demonstration of what I could do. So now, let's get down to business. How much does a job pay? I figure I'm worth, like, your top salary. I knew it. That kook has rocks in his head.
Afraid you made a mistake, Spider-Man. We're a non-profit organization.
We pay no salaries or bonuses. Any profit we make goes into scientific research.
You came to the wrong place, pal. This isn't General Motors.
Is it me?
I think so.
That sounds like you.
Yeah.
We just keep enough money to pay our expenses. Every other cent goes into developing the most effective super crime fighting apparatus we can create.
Actually, that might have been Invisible Woman, because there's two toppable lines. Two separate.
Well, there's two. I can do this.
Wait. Well, that might be Johnny, actually.
Yeah. Besides, aren't you wanted by the police? This isn't Outlaws Anonymous.
I might have known. You're just like all the rest, ready to believe the worst of anyone. Okay, keep me out of your group. Who needs you? I'll make you guys look like pikers.
Wait, come back. Too bad he left so suddenly. Perhaps we could have helped him.
We got enough problem with kids to worry about.
Somehow, I have a feeling we'll be hearing more from that young man in the future.
And they never saw Spider-Man again.
Yeah, right.
And now our scene shifts to a defense installation at the edge of town.
Uh-oh.
Boy.
With my multi-pocket disguise vest, it will be an easy matter for the Chameleon to become you, friend janitor.
Minutes later.
So far, so good. Disguised as the janitor, it was easy to gain access to this restricted area. And now, another fast change, and I will take the identity of Professor Newton. Ha! Nothing can stop the chameleon with the right disguise. I can steal anything from anywhere, unchallenged.
That night at the Chameleon's hideout,
The Iron Curtain countries will pay a fortune for these plans. A TV news bulletin.
The entire city is wondering why Spider-Man visited the Fantastic Four today. No comment, says the FF. Rumors are flying all over New York. Unofficial sources claim Spider-Man is being considered for membership in the FF. Nonsense, claims the police commissioner.
I think that Spider-Man's visit is of interest to the chameleon, too. Yes, indeed. Very interesting.
and on the Daily Globe, latest on Spider-Man. Grand jury requests immediate probe.
No!
The FBI has been alerted for possible action.
Wait, they want on it too? That's bad.
Oh, God.
It says female body inspector, not guy. You should be MBI.
There is only one reason why Spider-Man would want to join the Fantastic Four. Being sought by the police, there's no way for him to earn a legitimate living. He must be desperate for money. And this is where I come in. Spider-Man will make a perfect fall guy for me. When I steal the second half of these missile defense plans, I'll have him put the police off my trail. Spider-Man has the powers and instincts of a spider. So I will send him a message that only his spider senses will be able to pick up. Calling Spider-Man. Meet on roof of Lark Building at 10 tonight. It will be very profitable for you.
And miles away at a neighborhood museum where Peter Palmer is studying the spider exhibit.
Huh? What? Oh, someone is trying to contact Spider-Man. I sense the frequency waves, but who? Here's that mysterious wind again. Well, no matter who it is, I can't afford to pass this up for a chance for profit. I'll just leave my clothes up here and just be naked under the suit again.
A few minutes before 10 p.m.
Almost time for me to take over the elevator night shift.
Yes, it is time, but not for you. For the chameleon.
My long-lost twin! Ah!
After binding and gagging the real elevator operator, the bogus one brazenly takes his place.
I'll relieve you now.
All right, I'll meet you under the bridge.
Shut up!
Okay. Oh, crap. Is it that time again, Skeletor?
It's about time. I'm bushed.
Then, once inside the elevator,
So far, my timetable is running right to the split second. Now I change to my Spider-Man guys.
and finally,
Spider-Man? How did you get in? What do you want?
Those missile defense plans which you're holding.
I can't believe it. You, a traitor? Wait.
My web will keep you a prisoner until I can escape. This artificial web isn't as strong as Spider-Man's real one, but no one will notice the difference.
seconds later,
Help! Police! Spider-Man's headed for the roof with stolen plans. Help!
He finally broke free. Good! It's all going according to plan. Here's my ship. I can't fail now. I'll be gone just before the real Spider-Man gets here. Sorry I won't be there to hear Spider-Man try and talk himself out of my trap.
And ironically, he's talking to himself right now. Strange. That helicopter must have just left from the roof I'm heading for. I hope that wasn't my ride. As we scroll down, I wonder who sent it. I wonder who sent for me. Nobody's waiting on the roof.
Look, there he is. Free Spider-Man. We want those secret plans you stole.
Plans? Stole? I'm beginning to smell a rat. I don't know what this is all about, but nobody's framing me for anything. That'll hold you till I get away.
Ah!
By the way, I'm no rat. I am a chameleon.
You're a stinking rat and a chameleon. You're like a crossbreed. What a fool I was. That message was just a trick to pin a crime on me. And I fell for it. But who could have? Wait. That helicopter! Duh! That pilot is the one who police really want, and I can't read. Good night.
It's okay.
Yeah, I can't help it. Too much pressure. If he hasn't flown too far, I can use my spider senses to tune in on the ship and get a location. Where is the nearest diner? That way. Got it. I'm here's out towards this waterfront. I got inside him. If I'm going to catch me a speeding whirly bird, there's only one way to do it, and that is whee! to get a real fast start like this.
Twang.
Hope I don't hit a building.
Then they'll be scraping the spider guts off the thing.
He's already reached the sea, but I can make a parachute out of my web and float down the motorboat. Float down to that motorboat. I'm not licked yet. That sounds bad either way.
Minutes later.
I'm just in time. There's a chopper, and there's a red sub face surfing to meet me. But with my web over the conning tower, they won't be able to open the hatch.
A hatch is jammed. It won't open. How will we get the plans, comrade? Forget the plans. We've been seen. Submerge.
That is the worst Russian accent I've heard of.
I know. It's really bad.
Now to find out who framed me.
Spider-Man? But how? I can't shake him off no matter how I maneuver. He ripped the door off with his bare hands.
I want my 350. End of the line for you, commie. Head the ship towards shore, and I mean now.
And before the police have left the Lark building roof...
Look!
Here's the guy you're looking for. The guy who stole the plans impersonated me.
But in the next split second, the wily chameleon drops a tiny smoke pellet and breaks free in the confusion.
Before they know what happened, I'll have taken a new disguise and be free.
He can't get out of the building. All exits are guarded. Search every room.
Let them search. I knew this disguise would come in handy. Who would ever suspect a policeman?
I'll look in here, men. I'll take this corridor.
And I'll head for the street under your very noses.
But again, the chameleon has reckoned without Spider-Man's supernatural spider's instincts.
That tingle I feel. My core is close when striking with a direction is.
He's wise to me. If I can just pull this fuse.
One of these cops must be a phony. He's doused the lights. But that won't stop me. I can still sense him in the dark. I'll just shoot my web over. Oh no! I'm out of my special fluid.
His secret stuff.
My secret sauce anymore. I've got to reach that exit before he does. And this is the fastest way. That figure leaving the others. It's him.
But as the lights go on again, the chameleon resorts to one last desperate ruse.
Help! Grab him! It's the chameleon disguised as Spider-Man once again!
What?
I know you don't. You're not going to fool us that way a second time.
Wait, he's lying. I am Spider-Man.
It worked. Now to slip away.
In a fit of white-hot fury, the powerful Spider-Man wrenches free of the startled officer's grasp and...
Look at him go up that wall. He was the real Spider-Man.
Every time I try to help, I get into worse trouble. Well, they say they can catch the spy themselves now.
And within minutes, catch him they do.
Here he is, Captain. I spotted him by his torn uniform. I could see his other disguise beneath it.
Blast it! I must have ripped it in my scuffle with Spider-Man!
And as the chameleon is led away, a lone figure loses himself in the shadows of the silent night.
Nothing turns out right. I wish I'd never got my superpowers. No!
Later, as the late editions come out, 4 famous figures ponder the case of the Amazing Spider-Man. Reed, he's so powerful and so confused. What if Spider-Man ever turns his superpowers against the law?
Yeah, if a teenager can be so blemished strong, how strong will be when he gets older?
We won't ever have to worry about him.
Dun, dun, dun.
Won't we, Johnny? I wonder.
And the whole world will have to wonder until our next great issue. Don't miss it. The end.
On sale now at your store.
Scene.
Yes, and we got through that. That was really fast.
Fast or fast?
Fast.
Okay.
Yeah, let me go ahead and look at some of these comments here.
It seems like everybody died off. Let's look at the comments.
Simple. You get Gabby Rivera's America Chavez voiced by Action Comics to capture the chameleon. Oh,
Boy, would that be fun.
Who was reading Playboy when writing Peter Palmer? I wonder.
Stan?
Stan, I have questions.
A grand villainous return, Puppetine. Thank you, and I want to thank Froggy for returning. No, you're not returning. You're filling in for Venkman. I'm sorry, I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
I loved Suicide Squad 2, but that's another conversation. You've got a tingle. But other than that,
that's not true. I had a tinkle, but I went.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
right there on the screen?
I am not allowed to confirm or deny that.
Hey, I'm underneath you. Don't do that.
You won't. Don't worry. You won't feel anything.
Yes, I will.
Sounds like a personal problem.
Gotten out of hand. Anyway. Well, that about does it. We got through that really quickly. I almost feel like...
I'm sorry, Froggy.
Yeah. Darn tootin'.
But you know what? I think that is a good ending as always, but it's not the end for Spider-Man. Catch us next week as we will be premiering a live video. Yes, it'll be premiering live, but we'll be in the comments watching along with you for Spider-Man issue 2, where he's going to be facing the Vulture.
Yeah, and then not only the Vulture, there's another villain. Or that's a different video. But
that was one of the first things we did.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I missed the Craven.
Oh, you're gonna be Craven?
No, I already was.
Oh,
Yeah, we did it. It was the first live reading we've ever done, and yes,
I
well,
those killed Spider-Man as they did. Yes.
one day we'll get back to Craven, hopefully.
Yes, we will show now, my friend.
Yes, but for now, we want to thank you so much for making it to the end of this. If you are watching this after we've broadcasted, make sure to subscribe and comment. Let us know if you enjoyed our performance. What did you think of the very first issue of Spider-Man in his own book, of course? And just overall, did you like Froggy's performance? Did you like Zach's performance? Did you like Miranya's excellent narration? Of course.
On both issues.
On both issues. Yes. There are no issues with her narration. Always on time. Even ahead of me. And I'm scrolling the thing with my mind. But
Are you sure about that?
oh, it was you all along. It was Froggy all
along.
Yes.
But he's
Are
so
you-
huge.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking, Puppeteen?
We're ending the stream right now.
No,
How
I
are we
want
gonna
you.
rule the world?
No. Give me a sandwich, Puppeteen.
No.
I'll make you a sandwich, Froggy.
Ooh, see, we gotta keep around more.
Oh,
These,
Yeah.
these guys are useless down there. They don't bring me any food or nothing.
Where's my food?
I bring food.
You know,
Like I was saying,
you can
make
bring me some frog legs.
Hey.
that's
Open
a
your
low blow.
mouth.
He doesn't even have legs.
Yeah.
Anyway, like I was saying, make sure to comment and subscribe. We want to boost those numbers up. We want to build a base around here.
We want to hop up to the big
Yes.
leads.
And hopefully you'll be a part of it. Also, make sure to like. It tells YouTube, hey, more people are enjoying this, so make sure it appears in other people's stuff. And, well, let's hope it works.
Yeah,
But-
share us on Instagrams, on the Twitters, on the Facebook. There's even an Instagram for I Love Puppets.
There
You know,
is.
That's right.
It's called From I Love Puppets because
If only we could get this guy over here, then they'll put the actual ticker with the PayPal. Or not PayPal, but the Ko-Fi.
The Ko-fi.
it's in the link.
Let's put the Ko-Fi up.
No, but I'm just saying putting in a ticker, scrolling by.
Yes.
People know.
Thank you for reminding me. If you want us to read a book for you, if you have an issue of a comic that you really would love us to cover, then please send your request onto Ko-Fi and drop a tip if you can. It does really make it easier for us to cover these books because, well, it costs money to read these comics, and, well, we pay it so that you get to listen to it. But if this meets your fancy, then please leave a tip and tell us what you would like us to read, and it will go to the top of the reading list. You have Puppets Honor there. But other than that, we just really want to thank you. We always appreciate all of our viewers here on I Love Puppets, and we hope to see you next time. So until then, for Froggy, Zach, and Moranya, one last thank you before we say bye.
And stay extreme.